Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Manish, and today I am starting to make YouTube videos again. Today only I started learning about Python programming language. I learned some basic, and I came across this wonderful receipt creating program, okay, project in which I see this picture. Okay, and I really would like to try my hands after learning the basic and fundamentals concepts of Python language. Let's dive into the programming now. And to introduce the editor, I am using Visual Studio Code. I have already created a folder called Python project in my desktop. I also created a virtual environment, right? So that everything I'm working in this folder would be isolated from other projects. And then I have uploaded this image over here so that we can refer always back to it and start our coding. Let's go through the project. Here we have a receipt where in the first, between these two strings, they have given the name of the company, then their address, and then their city, and then there is a table where they have given the name of the product they have sold and the price. The prices are in US dollar, and eventually in the next section we have total, the sum of those prices that the customer pays at the end. And at the end of the bottom of the receipt, we see a thanks for shopping with us today. So basically, that's some end message. Now, what's interesting in it is that it's more of a visual presentation of the data. How would we present the data? And these are hard-coded values. But if you see this table, the way they have arranged this is going to be a challenge for us. And then there are some arithmetic basically where they have sum up. So we will do the total thing. And eventually this stars equals, okay. So this formatting we would be dealing with as well. And definitely this project is for a beginner like me because I just learned some of the basic concepts. So if you are a beginner, I hope you will definitely enjoy it. So let's get started. First, let's create a file. I'll call it receipt.py, py because it's a Python script. Okay, so let's plan the pseudocode. Before starting, I believe I should have a logic in my mind what exactly I'm going to do, right? So suppose first we are going to create this star, this section like equal, 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 and then I'm going to either hard code this or rather I'll decide to give them a variable and then assign the value to it so that the next time it would be easy to dynamically create other receipt. So I'm going to write the pseudocode first. So this is project receipt creating program. The first thing is creating. Okay, I would say let's declare the variable. Okay, we will declare variables. Okay, variable would be, I would say, company. Okay, don't do it. Let's do the pseudocode. Okay, declare variable and then create that, I would say, header of the receipt, header borderline, I would say. Okay, and then okay, we have got everything over here. So just leave it. And then there is section. So I'd say create section borderline, received. How many of them are there? One, two, three. So basically, let's just copy paste. Okay. So, and then eventually there is a border line that is at the bottom, which is similar to the top one. Okay. So I would say just copy this and paste this. I'll call it bottom border line. Okay. And how about, let's decide how many stars do we want. I would say just call it 50. Suppose if it is a 50 stars. Okay. And I'm gonna create a variable for header borderline. Okay. Call it, this is this one. And how many times? This is 50. Okay. I want it in a, like a, it should be a 50 characters. And instead of header borderline, since it is similar to the bottom borderline, I would say top, mm, top and borderline. What should we say? Header footer? Well, definitely you can have different. I would rather go with header for now, because probably if I want another kind of borderline, so this is header borderline. Next, we want section borderline. Okay, this is similar, but instead it should be equal sign. So this is a string. I chose star. Since it is a string, it should be put in the inverted comma. And the number of time I need is gonna be 50. So that's why I multiplied it with 50. Similar with the section borderline. Now I want to print this, right? I want to print this. So I'll simply say header borderline. Okay. Right now I'll just copy paste. I'll say here same. And now I want section borderline. Okay. Similar. Okay. So let's create some proper formatting so that it looks beautiful when you code. Perfect. So up till now, we have just created this. Okay, if you see the stars, this section line, and then there is a bottom star again. So if I save this script and run it, there you go. See, I hope I can, yeah, I hope it is visible. See, this is 50 star. Perfect. It resembles this one. Perfect. Now, there is one thing that I would like to focus on. Suppose if I run it again, it goes down here, right? I don't like it. I want that every time I run the Python file, it should clear the terminal here and shows me the latest one only. So for that, I think OS. Yeah. So operating system. So this library, we will import this library. Okay. Let me write what it does. Comment clear the terminal. Okay. And I'll run os.system because this terminal is with the system. Definitely, it's one of the application of the system. And then in the system, see, it's giving me what command I would run. So I'm going to run clear. So instead of writing here, I would run from here. So let's run it. There you go. See, it only shows me the current output. Perfect. Now let's move on to another task. We have this thanks for shopping with us today. I want to target first what is easy and separate. It doesn't depend on these things. That's why I'm going to target this one. And this, I would say, this is an end message. Okay. So I'm going to declare the variable. So I'll simply call message. So what is the message? Thanks for shopping with us today. Thanks for shopping with us today! Exclamation mark. Now I want to print this message between this section and this bottom border line. So I'll say print message here. Okay. So I'll say print and the message. Perfect. So if I run again, perfect, it's coming. But what about the formatting? Let's see. If you see that this thanks for shopping with us today, there is a space here. So I would say that would be like a one line of a difference, right? So this is one line of a difference, and then hit enter, then it is in the middle. So the alignment is in the middle. So that we have to focus on as well. And then there is another enter. So there is a space of another one line. So we have to do the formatting here. So suppose for the formatting, string formatting, we will go through the placeholder. So I put the inverted comma, and in the inverted comma, I'll first say tab. So what it will do is that it will create a tab space, right? When you hit tab, then it creates that much space. So thanks will start with one tab space. Or I can be more accurate. Since I know that it should be in the middle, right? It should be in the middle. So I'll say that the string formatting, and if you want the central alignment, so first you will use this placeholder that is called curly braces. We use this curly braces, and then we will use this format option, and then we will write the value. So we want to format the value. The value is in this variable, and to format it, we have to mention exactly in what manner you want to format this. Since this curly braces will exactly place the message in it. Let me show you. So to put the formatting of the string, we will start with colon. And for the central assignment, we will do this upper angle. I don't know what does it mean, but it says like upper angle like this. It's the number 6 on your keyboard. And since it is a 50 character, we know like this section borderline is of a 50 character because we chose into a multiply by 50. So it's a 50 character of space. Now think like this. We want to have a central alignment. It means it should be in equal distance from the both sides. I would go with if it is a 50, so let's reduce one from the left, and one from the right. So call it 48 characters. So it should be in 48 characters. So I want to format this message, and it should be in a central alignment, two from left, two from right, because in total it is a 50. So that's why we said it will gonna take 48 character. So let's run it again. There you go. You see, from both sides we have equal distance. Now the next target is that there should be a one line space from top and bottom. So for that, here we're gonna add new line. So this will say that first add a new line, then put the value in it, the value of the message. So the curly braces shows whatever value is coming in that place. So first we will have a new line. So that's why backward slash, then n. That will create a new line. Let's run it. Perfect. See, we have a new line from the above. And similarly, we want a new line after the message. So I'll save it again and run it. There you go. So now we have a one line space from top and from bottom both. Congratulations, we just learned print message here. And what did we learn? We learned the use of string formatting and mid alignment. What do we say? Mid central. Central alignment. Perfect. Central alignment, the use of string formatting, and central alignment of I would say such as, because that's an example of a string formatting. So we just learned use of string formatting, and we learned central alignment in it. And we also decided how would we centrally align them. So there would be a benchmark, and we decided that if it is a 50 character of space, then we will reduce one character from each side, and that's how we decided 48 characters. And that 48 character give me enough space to equally place from both sides. I hope you will try more on this. Okay, perfect. Let's move on. Next one is this information. This is information about the company. Let's declare variable for that. I'm gonna declare variable on the above. So let's call it company name. What's the name? Coding Temple Incorporation. Coding Temple Incorporation. And then company, that's first address, I would say simply address. Company address is 283 Franklin Street. Okay, 283 Franklin Street. Okay, and then company, that's city and state. Let's call it together. Just say city, Boston, MA. Okay. So we have this information, and what if I give the coding temple? It's not exactly in the same format like a title format or uppercase format, right? Here, the company name should be uppercase, always start with uppercase. Well, I haven't given the same thing. So I will use the formatting again. Okay, so where it should be coming? Right now we are a beginner, right? That's why we are using the basic concept of using just print. Probably it is like repetitive, but again, we are at a beginner level. Okay. So coding temple 283 Boston, it is coming. There is no spacing over here, and it is in the central alignment again. So we will use the same concept of central aligning. and it is coming after header. Okay, so creating, oops, company info section. Okay, so let's say print, and I am thinking to use the same format like this so that it would be in the middle. Okay, so I'll say it is in the middle, call it 48, and I want to format the company name. But, 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 okay, let's print it first. Amazing. See, it's in the middle and it says Coding Temple Incorporation the way it is supposed to be. But I want company name to be in a title case. So since it is a variable, and if I click it, see, whenever you put a period after a variable, it gives you option to capitalize, case full, center, count. So there are so many options, right? So I'm gonna use title. So this function, basically do what? It, whatever the word, the whole word is, it will always start with the uppercase character. Okay, so let's save it and run it. There you go. See, Coding Temple Incorporation. Amazing. So let's copy paste. Okay, paste it again. And instead of company name, it should be company address, and here company city, and let's hit enter for proper formatting, and let's run it again. There you go. Does it look awesome? Definitely. So we achieved this. But thing is that here it's all aligned from the left. If you want to do that, we can definitely do that, right? There is a way. What it does is that it should be aligned from, it should be in the middle. What if we can find and do it by calculating? Okay, so let's learn another concept. Instead of aligning them in the center, let's assume that this whole thing is of a 50 character. So if we divide it in a half, or suppose say 4 times, around 4 times, so 12, 12, 12. Okay, 12 4 is 48. So if I say, if it is 12 characters from left, okay, is it a 12 characters from left or right? I would say this sign would be the right one. Nope, 12 is not enough. Let's say 20 and see how does it look first. So if I say 20, then from, if I increase this 25, okay, if I say what's closest to 50, half of it, 25, and if I move it further, 30. Okay, if it is a 30, so let's give it the same. Okay, let's see how does it look now. Okay, so it seems like everything is happening from the left side, right? Sorry, from the right side. So this shows from the right side and we want from the left side. So now I will change this arrow because we want everything to start here, here, here from the left side. Okay, perfect. It does. I just have to reduce the number 15. Let's say 15. It doesn't work. Let's say 40. It doesn't work. Let's say 10. It doesn't work. What's going on? Hmm. Does it work like that? No, it doesn't work like that. Hmm. So it is 20 from here. I'm a little bit confused because like if it is a right alignment or left alignment, I'm a little bit confused about that. Hmm. Let's not use this because it's disturbing. Yeah, it should be MA. Title generally lowercase the other word, so it should not be here. Okay, let's not focus on this one. I assume I will find out about that later. That's about programming. We never want to spend too much time on one thing if it is not going to work that time right away. We'll deal with it later on. No problem. Let's keep it in a central, okay? And let's move on to the next thing. Now, I want this total price and product name and product price. And these are the, suppose this is a table, right? So this is the row and this is column 1, column 2. So let's call this one as a header because if you go into any table, this is your header, okay? And these are the basically below cells which will have values. So I'm gonna give the variable to them too. So there is a way to declare basically if you know like x, y in any cell, right? In cell, x refers to row and y refers to column, right? So I would similarly define it. And we also know like we can define variables twice at a time instead of, let me show you how. So suppose um, first product is P1 and this is P1 name and I'm gonna define P1 price. Now I'm declaring two variables simultaneously. So what happens that if you put comma, then both of these are variable and to initialize it, first I'll give the value of first variable that is name, the name of the first product. So that is books. Oh, books and then the price. The price is 49.95. Let's focus on value now and we will focus on the dollar sign later on because it's a more of a formatting, right? So we'll deal with the formatting later on. So now I'll just copy, paste, and say this is, and this is P2. So when we declare two variables simultaneously with the comma sign, So the first value corresponds to the first variable and the second variable correspond to the second, this value will correspond to this second variable. So that's a more space saving and nice way to define the variable instead of writing like if there are 9 variables then we have to write 9 lines. So it's not efficient. So computer monitor, computer, and this is monitor. Let's give the amount 579.95, 579.95, and then 124.89, 124.89. Perfect, we got this. Now I want to here. I want to create. Why did I say create? I want to print headers of the suppose receipt table, right? I'll call it table right away. And then I want to print the entries of the receipt. Okay. And then, okay, I already created this. So headers entries in between these two sections. And here will be print the total of the total amount of the entries, or I would say total amount to be paid. Okay, perfect. So I have to create the headers. So headers is product name and product price. Again, there is some spacing from this side, and then there is a spacing from this side. Again, the right and left alignment is coming into picture. Let's see how we play this time. So I'll say print. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you like this curly braces generally shows what? Like it's a placeholder for the value, whatever we write in the format. Okay. If I say the first one was product name, right? But what if I want to include both? I would say comma, simple as that. And I'll again say same thing, format, and that would be product price. Okay. Now here I'll simply paste it and we see product name, product price are here, but let's focus on formatting now. So what if I put it 20 from here? Perfect. So what happened is that after product name, there is a space in the right. See, this is of a 20 character. So you can say it's like space. You hit space 20 times after product name. Tuck, 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 tuck. But rather I would want like the spacing before product name. So there it will work. And I would choose 20. Let's start with 20. There you go. See, it worked. Okay. So I hit space 20 times, tuck, 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 and then product name appears. And I would do the same thing for product. So I'll say, or rather, I would say, let's do it from the right side. Okay. So if I say, let's say 20, sorry, 10. Nope. I guess it's not adding up properly because product price, each letter is itself a character, so they are taking the space as well, right? So I can give this a less. It's still not happening. Hmm. Okay, what we can do is that we can put one tab here, right? Space of one tab. Okay, now let's see. It looks amazing. Okay, we created one tab over here. Looks amazing. Perfect. So I will follow the same formatting for entries as well. And for entries, we have already declared the variable over here. So it would be a similar formatting because we are printing in a similar way. I will simply paste it 3 times, and here instead I have to learn one thing, like in the virtual Visual Studio Code, like if I select this one, then the rest of the thing will also get selected. There is a shortcut. I really don't know yet. I guess L, no, J, no, I don't know. One thing at a time. So let's go like a beginner. I selected product, and the first one is the P1 name. Okay, similarly here P1 price, here P2 name, here P2 price, here P3 name, here P3 price. Amazing. Let's give it some formatting. Okay, let's check how does it look. Let's run again. Amazing. It looks great, right? Books, computer, monitor. But we missed one thing, like we want dollar sign here. So in each of them, I'll put dollar sign here, dollar sign here. If I put dollar sign here, so whatever placeholder says what? Sorry, this curly braces says like here the value that we are putting here will come. So here would be the value, and before value there would be a dollar sign. So let's run. There you go. And I want little spacing. So let's put spacing. Will it work similar? Amazing. That sounds like a good plan. I really think like how should we do the formatting of this books, computer and monitor? We'll work on this. And this total doesn't look good. I want total here and the total amount here. Okay, so up till now everything is good. And there we want the total. So total, let's give it a variable again. So total, say it's a sum of P1 price, P2, oops, P2 price, and P3 price. Okay, I declare the variable total, and then that's the sum of all the prices. So that will automatically calculate the price. So here I want the same format, so without thinking much, let's copy the same thing. And here I will say it would be total. And here total. Okay. But one thing is that let's first print it. Ooh, do you see that? We don't want this much decimal places values, right? We want only two decimal places. So for that, here after 20, write put dot and then write 2f. So two floating point only. So what it will do, it will round off and then will give after decimal only two digits. There you go. See, it's now 79. Amazing. And if we look, we did it. Amazing. Guys, यहाँ sorry about the हिंदी. ओके, सो हम लोग को इसकी फॉर्मेटिंग को थोड़ा सा देखना है और इसकी फॉर्मेटिंग को देखना है, लेकिन जो हम चाहते थे वहां तक हम काफी क्लोज पहुंच चुके हैं, है ना? यस, परफेक्ट. Oh, this one. That's why there was a problem here. See, now it's no more available. Okay, so this is our receipt. Congratulations, guys. We did it. Let's work more on the formatting of this one. So instead of, I want to know like how much space is this? Is this? So if I start really counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, approximately 15. So if I call it 15, okay, it didn't work. Nope, it's not working. I really don't know like how it does work because it's not working somehow. And if I say 15, now if I say this one, no, it's not working. Okay, I will check this out and I hope whosoever is working with me will correct it and will work on the left and right alignment because I haven't been able to work on this yet. I need to work on the concept. How about this? So it says 20 here, 20 here, 20 here. So this is 20 space. Okay, what about, is it a 20 or is it because of this tab? I guess it is coming because of the tab, right? Hmm. So what if I remove this one? What if I remove this one and then run? Okay. What does it do? It basically removes the 20 spaces from the left. So instead of 20 spaces, and then I do only suppose 5. Let's see how does it look. It doesn't do anything. If I say 10, okay, it moved. 15, it did move again. How about this one? Okay. So what is happening is that here it's giving a space. So from the right, so if I say it is the starting point, hmm, that's what happening. Okay, if I remove all of this, suppose I remove all of this and run. Okay, everything is there. Okay, if I remove all of this, now what is happening? See, the space between them are not equivalent, and that really worries me. Hmm. And I want the space from left. So left, is it left? So it's not left, it's on the right side. So it's like a after books, 10 times space was hit. Okay, but that's not what I want. Hmm, I'll figure it out later on. For now, let's go with this and I'll figure it out. Amazing, Dosto. Amazing friends. We did it. Now, this is very beginner friendly, and what we did is that we used the concept of string formatting. We used the uh, variables. We stored in them. There are different way of declaring variables. We use the arithmetic where we edit the amount by using the variable, and then we used basically print command to print all of this and get the this receipt. Also, we use the 2f dot 2f to get the float up to 2 decimal point. Now, I really like you to challenge whosoever is learning to further enhance this program. Okay, how about um how about where is it? Okay, instead of like here we have only three items, right? Three entries. What about if we have more things to add here, like if we have a bigger list, right? And if we add more items to it, can you do it? Okay. Are you gonna write it again and again and declare the number of variables for them? Or do you have any other solution? Okay. So I'm gonna write, okay, I'm gonna create challenge dot txt file. Okay. So enhance, enhance the program, right? Add more items to the list. Will you use the variable? Wow. For all new entries? Okay. How about There is a total, right? Here we shows only total. But what if we always add tax in it, right? Whenever you buy something, you have to pay tax on it. So suppose tax is 10%, and then after deducting, sorry, after adding tax amount, the final amount that customer will pay. So show that below total as well. Okay. Next, since we are definitely like giving the entries by ourselves, what if we want the input from the user, right? So how do we use input? Input from user, and how would we take input? Okay, and if we take input, how would we define variables? How would we decide like how many variables we need? Can we define in advance, or is there any other solution to accept? Keep thinking. I'm thinking because okay. What about since we are writing repeatedly same code, right? For example, here, oops, oops, yeah. See, we are writing same thing. Uh, these three things similar time, and then even this one looks similar to this one, right? And even this one is looking similar, and even we are creating uh, this no, it's gonna be different. So these are repetitive, right? We have to write print. So what about refactoring the code? In other words, we want to refactor the code, and we want to use loop so that if we write one time, and it will write everything by itself. We don't need to write three times print, rather we just write print one time and use the loop. Okay. What if um, we define them through a function, and we can dynamically give values to it, such as we have function, um, call it entries, right? And then we take two arguments in it, like in ent first product name and product price, right? So every time we give product name and product price, and suppose other argument too, and it will create receipt. In other words, can I create a template and then ask user input to create different receipt based on given value? For example, I want to create receipt uh, in the name of XYZ Incorporation. The address is different, okay, and we want the end message different. So can we dynamically create this? We'll think about it. Next, suppose I want to print 2 or 3 or any number decided by user, that number of receipt. So if I want 3 copies of this receipt, so can I print that? So these are the challenges I give it to you. So in my video, okay, I will try to start working on this challenges that I gave you, and I will refactor the code. Probably I will add another section of this video and add it after this challenge, or probably I'll create another video. So stay tuned for that. But in the comment section, if you have figured it out, please paste your code and also the screenshot. If you can share the screenshot of the receipt like this, that would be wonderful. And then we can talk about it. And when I'll do, if I am not better than you, I would love to learn from you. So I hope you really liked this small receipt challenge project, and stay tuned. Hit what do we say? Hit bell icon for notification, subscribe, whatever. I don't care. If we are learning together and we are enjoying, that's enough for me. Okay. Bye bye everyone, and see you later.